Great evening for Tuesday, thrilling Tuesday evening. Even though this is a Tuesday, some people like to eat a very tasty food because to make that tasty Tuesday and tea after tea. And so let us welcome to everyone for the sportsmanship or for the live a healthy life. I am talking about healthy and happy life. We need to be, we need to be maintain our diet. In earlier webinar, once nutrition and diet in the sports management part one, it was we got a very good response in it, and people are not only listen this webinar but also they follow in their life, which is the main aim of the speaker and ultimate objective of organizing any kind of webinar. So once I put up I throw the one question in my chat box, then I say, would you like to do a part two? Then I got a plenty of yes there. So again, we request to Dr. Bala and Ms. Kanika Chopra. Then we have to make a plan for the part two. I think it is a great honor for all of speakers, SPA India, all of us. Once our audience required, we want repeat it. So repeat it once more, once more. We heard in a stadium and in any auditorium once more. And today is a truly the good, happy people. Those want to live a happy and healthy life. They want this perfect program which is on nutrition and diet in sports management. In there is a no fun because we are not playing with our life. We have to live a life with the pure heart, pure stomach, good things, because healthy body have a healthy mind. So today, I am throwing the ball in the court of uh, let's guess Dr. Bala and Kanika Chopra. So Dr. Bala, today you advise us through who will be going to start.
Let ma'am start or me. Let us see. Always women first. Ladies first.
Ladies first, always. That's nice. That's nice. It's part of the gentleman things, huh? Great. So let's start with the grace of God. Happy Hanumanji. So over to Kanika Chopra.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, Bala, sir. A very good evening to all my eminent listeners and Bala, sir. I really appreciate that you guys have supported this very important, topic of nutrition and diet because, that makes the life. If we are not going well on our nutrition, the things are going to be very difficult for us to lead in our life, whether it's sports or it's a normal life. To lead a good and healthy life, we need to go and maintain certain parameters, certain plans in our diet and nutrition. So I always say that nutrition is the key to diet. It's not just the nutrition diet which matters; it's the nutrition which matters. So when we talk about the nutrition, we talk about all nutrients and micronutrients, which is being shared by Dr. Bala very well in our last session. So we need to include all nutrients and micronutrients in our diet. We need not to just think that, by leaving certain part of our nutrition and micronutrients, we can go thin, or, we will have the same kind of energy. And also to add into it, as we grow older, we tend to leave on certain nutrients and micronutrients. According to the study made, it is not the right approach. We need to follow on the balanced diet even if we are growing in age, because when we grow, there is that we start producing less of certain nutrients and micronutrients on our own in our body. For example, we tend to produce calcium when we are young, but as we grow older in our age, the possibility of bringing that in our bones goes less. So you need balanced diet to supplement that calcium part. So the myth which is being created over the years that as we grow, we tend to go slow on our diet. Yes, the portions need to be managed. As we grow older, the portion needs to be planned, but the diet has to be same. One very important thing about the protein intake. As we grow older, we tend to leave non-vegetarian food. I mean, people who are taking non-veg or people who are on high protein diets in their younger age. Please do not get into that you decrease anything. We are not supposed to increase also, but don't decrease. Just follow the same chart which you have been following since ages. Yes, we have to do little variations as per the requirement of the body. You know, if in case you feel that there is a deficiency of certain nutrients and micronutrients, you need to fill that. But just for the sake of losing weight or looking perfect, do not tend to fall into leaving certain diet nutrients from your body. So this is what I have made to understand. A lot of people, when I even talk to women for their diet consultation, that do not go on crash diets, do not try to do dieting just to fall into a trap of losing weight. They tend to start fasting. Intermediate fasting is definitely required, but complete fasting or complete dieting is not required for healthy body. I hope Dr. Bala also agree with me on that and share some knowledge on that. Over
Yeah.
to you, Dr. Bala.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for sharing beautiful information on that. And I'll go little elaborate on it actually. But madam talked on the general perspective. But how could it connect with sports nutrition? That is my topic actually. And beautifully, you have thrown a light on it. So how to have a balanced diet? That's most important. Actually, what is sports nutrition comes to your mind immediately. It is nothing but you have to have a proper understanding of both exercise physiology and nutrition. That is sports nutrition. So sports nutrition is nothing but it's a practical science of hydrating and fueling before, during, and after exercise. So that's not been done by us actually. And aptly put it by Kanika ma'am, talking about the balanced diet. So balanced diet comes in everyone, right from the sedentary performer to the mediocre performer or to the rigorous trainees. So it's based on the amount of work we put in. Actually, as for the latest energy metabolism, very simple equation. Energy expenditure is equal to energy intake. Very simple. This is what we call energy balance. So however energy you are expended on any training or anything, it must be equal to energy intake. So that's what people say in a simple language. In layman language, they say the amount of calories intake is based on the amount of work you do. That's why rightly put it by ma'am. Sometimes people indulge in excessive of protein, indulge in excessive of carbohydrates. That's going to be detrimental definitely to them. So rather than they should have a chart. And of course, we cannot have an exact chart actually, but we know that we should listen to your body first. So body says, so whenever you want, sometimes people say we have to go for equal distribution of protein, carbohydrate, and fat in order to eat our 4 meals. Not necessary to accumulate in a particular meal. But doesn't mean that you have to go for excess protein or excess, as you told very correctly, excess carbohydrate and excess fat. It's based on the performance you put in. Since you connected this nutrition with sports in nutrition, need to be very elaborate on it. As I told you, it's nothing but it's a practical science. So, if it is executed properly, sports nutrition will promote training and enhance performance. If it is taken improperly, it will derail training and totally shatter performance. So that's, we need to have a balance. As I told very aptly, you have to have a balance and proper sports nutrition. That's very, very important. So it comes to your mind, what is that? There are 3 golden principles on sports nutrition. Keep your body hydrated. Proper intake of protein for your muscles. You go for optimum recovery level after exercise. So keep hydrated, take adequate protein, and third one, optimum recovery. These are the 3 golden principles in sports nutrition. That's very, very important. As you told that what amount of protein should be taken, yes, you have to follow, we have to have experts in it, nutrition experts or dietitians. They show that. That's why it is vital to include in the sports management. That is why I should salute Dev Arora sir to brought the right topic at the right time. So this is very important. People might confuse what sort of diet should be taken. Some of the questions last time flagged up in the chat box. Some asked, shall I go for vegetarian or shall I go for non-vegetarian? It's not the question of vegetarian or non-vegetarian. It's a question of where to get protein, where to get fat, and where to get carbohydrates. I told you, for a moderate trainees, you need 60% of carbohydrate, 20% of protein, and 20% of fat. But it's not the case with rigorous trainees. They should go for 70% of carbohydrates, probably 15 fat, and 15 protein. Here, I'm going to talk about how those energy are stored in our body, in what forms it's being stored. Take, for example, CHO, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. CHO is nothing but it's a carbohydrate. It's a short abbreviation for carbohydrates, and that's very important to take. Of course, it's very important for muscular activities. For muscular building, we go for protein. Sometimes what happens, we tends to get annoyed. So what should be taken? So carbohydrate, fat, and protein. How are they stored? Carbohydrates stored in our body as a body glucose and muscle glycogen. Whereas in fat is stored in our body as serum FFA. That is nothing but free fatty acids and triglycerides. And also it is in muscle triglycerides. Fats are very much present in our body. As far as protein is concerned, it is present in the form of muscles. So question comes to your mind immediately, which out of three, which are more important? Carbohydrate and fats are very vital for sports, very important. They give a lot of energy compared to protein. But protein is basically primarily on muscle building. So next comes how to store the energy. These are the way of storing energy, but how to transform the energy. That's very, very important terms coming to that. People call it APT. So people think that what is that? ATP. So adenosine triphosphate. Adenosine triphosphate. As madam you told very correctly, this is a microbe. It's a molecule which speed up the energy in our cells within the body. So adenosine triphosphate is a very, very important, vital, that plays an important role in giving our energy. First question comes to you, how to transform carbohydrate, fat, what is it, ATP, acidodyne or adenosine triphosphate. Adenosine triphosphate is very important. It's a molecule that carries energy within the cell. So here, there are three systems involved. The systems involved to convert or to transform carbohydrate, protein and fat into ATP. Adenosine triphosphate. What are they? First come phosphogen. Glycolytic. The last come oxidation. So glycolytic, oxidation, and phosphagen. These are the three systems involved to convert our energy for during the muscular work. What is it? Phosphagen. Phosphagen is that there is food potassium is present in your body. Especially skeletal muscles. So how to synthesize this adenosine synthesized to give or to sustain energy for 3 to 4 minutes. When you go for glycolytic is related with anaerobic activities. That is for short duration, but tough exercises for a short duration, which does not require oxygen to break glucose, blood glucose or glycogen in body glycogen into a smaller molecules called ATP. The ATP is a word very important. Adenosine triprotein, that is very, very important. Triphosphate for potassium, that gives our body more energy. The last comes oxidation, oxidative. That is based on aerobics. Aerobics for the long duration, and it's a lot of energy. It consumes directly, converts directly carbohydrate, fat, and protein into ATP. So these are three processes, three systems. Again, I repeat three systems. One is phosphogen, next one is glycolytic, and the third one is oxidative. So all the three systems are very important to convert or to transfer the stored energy into ATP. And ATP, again, adenosine, very important. So this is how to convert is very important. Here comes, there are three types of pathway. For example, phosphogen sustain energy only for 3 to 4 minutes at the maximum, not more than that. But glycolytic, of course, it has, yes, it gives energy, but cannot sustain again more than that. But it takes only glucose, body, blood glucose and glycogen to convert into energy. As far as oxidation is concerned, something that it goes with aerobic exercises. It takes directly carbohydrate, fat, and protein and converts into ATP. It needs a lot of energy. For example, aerobic is nothing but cardiovascular activities which needs tremendous amount of energy. So I can sum up by saying that sport nutrition should be taken improperly. Any miscalculation might lead to a lot of problem there. So you might need to be very careful with that. So as I told you, sports nutrition should be executed properly. Done incorrectly leads to a lot of problem. This is a very, very important message I want to send it. As Dave Arora rightly brought this particular topic. So sports management, without nutrition, there is no sports management. So that comes under that definitely. Probably one of the domain of sports management, and in the years to come, there may be a separate course on sports nutrition, which gives enough light on it. And I can go for the interactive session, and I can move to Kanika ma'am. Is she there? Again, I can come back to the session. Kanika ma'am, are you there?
Yeah. Thank you for your great vision to the sports nutrition. We definitely agree with your vision to sports nutrition, that without proper nutrition, it's not possible to go with the sports management. And if the players are not taking the proper nutrition and proper, you can say, hydration, the possibility of getting the injuries goes very high. So it is very, very important, even for a person who is going into a gymming kind of thing, or, making a body. If you're not maintaining your hydration and nutrition, the possibility of muscles injury and, breaking of tissues goes very high. Because usually during exercise, we tend to, sweat a lot. But if you're not maintaining a proper hydration while during exercise, that's why it's suggested that we should keep on sipping water in between, while taking few seconds of breaks while we are under some kind of exercise regime. So we need to give that kind of information and spread that kind of or need to educate people who are not just into sports, who are doing a normal exercises, that we need to hydrate ourselves. We need to keep our body hydrated completely. If I talk about the supplements, which is again a very important topic, because this is a time we usually get into our supplements thinking that this is going to give us an immunity boost kind of thing. But supplements are only required if you are into high endurance activities, which are like your muscle building sports, or you are running, you're a runner, a kind of a marathon runner, then you need to go on a supplements. Otherwise, if you are maintaining your diet to that level where you're consuming all kind of nutrients and micronutrients, you are hydrating your body to a great level, you need not to go on the supplements. Because once we start taking supplements, we start rejecting the food. So instead of rejecting the food, I always give emphasis on rejecting the supplements. I have seen a new craze or a fad among youngsters of taking the protein shakes. Once, they start going to high endurance exercises, or they are gymming, or they're building on their muscles, they tend to go on high protein shakes. Please do not, go into that habit of taking supplements or protein shakes. You need to increase your protein intake. But as I shared with you in my last webinar as well, if you are increasing your protein intake, you need to increase your hydration. Because if that will not match, that tend to lead to other issues in your body, which is more of sweating, that tend to give a pressure on your heart. So you need to balance, again, the question comes to the balance. If you're increasing something and you're not complementing the other part by balancing both the things, that would definitely lead to some issues in your body. As shared by sir in our last webinar, the heart rate, which the diets which tend to work on our heart rate. Why we sweat so much? When we go into the cardio exercises, we sweat so much because our heart rate increases. So do not just go into eating quickly or having a lot of water once your heart rate is on the increase. You can just sip few drops. Do not have a lot of water once you are into a heavy cardiac exercises. If your endurance is very high while exercising, do not go into a full glass of hydration or a lime juice or something of that. Just take few sips, let your heart rate cool down after a rigorous cardio exercises, and then you can consume something. So especially for ladies and gentlemen who are not into sports, but they are just trying to maintain their body, we usually tend to gain fat on our abdomen area, and which is very, very difficult to take off, especially for those people. I mean, I come across to a lot of people who say that we have gained on our abdominal area, and we are not able to reduce, or we are not able to cut that fat. That has become actually very difficult for most of the people. I'm sorry, somebody's trying to say something. Oh, I think somebody's mic is on. So that has become very difficult for us to get rid of that fat. So believe me, it's not difficult. There is a certain regime which you need to follow in your exercise, and you need to go on some diet plan. And what is that diet plan? I never say that leave carbohydrates. Please follow your carbohydrates routines the way you do it. Please follow the fats, and please follow the proteins the way you are doing it. The only thing which we have to cut down is your junk food. The only thing which we have to cut down is your extra cooking oil, which tend to spoil our body shapes. When we put a lot of oil, I'm not saying about ghee, I'm talking about cooking oil. When we tend to put on extra cooking oil, that gets accumulated on your body in a form of fat, which is a very rigid fat, and we are not able to get off that fat in spite of so much of hard work on our workouts, in spite of so much of hard work on our diet plans. And another thing, which I always share, if you have craving to eat something, please go for it. For example, if you're craving to eat sweet today, and stop yourself कि मुझे नहीं खाना है because it's going to give me a weight, or it's going to the exercise which I have done is going to go down the drain. I'm not going to eat sweet. Go for it, but decrease the quantity you are consuming, because when you crave for something you don't get, your body tends to consume it in more quantity later. You might just suppress it for the time being, but the moment you see it again, you tend to consume it later. Whatever your body demands, consume that, but watch on the quantity. If I feel to have an ice cream, I just go with 1 spoon. I don't just leave it by saying, no, I'm not going to eat it. If I crave for something sweet, I tend to eat that. So that is very important for people who are not into sports, who are just trying to maintain healthy lifestyles and healthy bodies. With exercise, nutrition, your lifestyle also matters. If your sleeping patterns are disturbed, if you're overstressed, your nutrition which you are consuming will not help your body. So you need to watch on all those factors as well. Do not stress yourself. Do not just get into sleepless nights because our offices are not regular. We are not moving out for the work in a regular way, so we tend to be up for late, and that's the one reason we tend to gain a lot of weight. So we need to manage the lifestyle, exercise regime, and definitely nutrition. All these three things together going to maintain our balance in body, which we say as a healthy body. As very correctly said by Dev sir, healthy body always have a healthy mind. So if you really want to, you want to go up in your life, in your career, the first thing which we need to work on is our body. We need to understand our body. Do not follow what others are doing. Do not follow what Google is saying. Listen to your body and then plan everything. Do not go by, I want to have a hot water because it's being written on the Google that hot water helps me to cut out the fats. It's not good for everyone. If you have all other troubles, it might not even help you. In the normal water would be good for your body. So the first thing is listen to your body and then go ahead with the plan. I'm sure Dr. Bala would definitely agree with me on that. So your mic is off.
Yeah. Can you hear me now? Am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, madam rightly put it. Yeah. Beautifully scripted and depicted, telling that healthy mind is a healthy body, definitely. And without that, we cannot do that. And the balanced diet, you told very correctly. And the question comes to most of the mind. Someone put in the chat box also. We listen to your body. How much your body demands, accordingly, we should go for the diet. I told you there are 3 systems during our exercises, which converts carbohydrate, fat, and protein into much needed ATP. That's very important. When you're converting, so the amount of food we take, the amount of intake we take, whether it is carbohydrate based on the amount of energy we spend. That's a simple energy metabolism says energy expenditure must be equal to energy intake. That's I keep on repeating that. So why sports nutrition is very important? There are many benefits. Number one, it helps proper carbohydrates for muscular work. Number two, it helps provide necessary protein for muscle building and repair. Number three, it helps proper energy when you're going for higher workout or higher performance. Next, it keeps your body hydrated and always replace the vital minerals you need it. So that's the reason why the sports nutrition, of course, we have a chart, we should follow it up. And you told rightly, some of them, in order to lower the body weight or reduce their body weight, they go for complete fasting. That is a wrong myth. Just as you told that, they go Google through that one, they find out hot water also might reduce their weight. At all a myth. So that's not going to work out. So rather than that, they can go for diet, which is needed for the growth of muscles and also exercises. So definitely they can keep the body fit. So I could see most of the people now, they are very conscious about the fitness level. They know it. They have got a lot of charts and they have been guided by a lot of dietitians, a lot of nutrition specialists. They know that. Even I told you that even the sports field, you take the great stars, the tennis stars, they hire all the dietitians with them. Because as per the sports, there are few sports which need vigorous amount of energy. For example, marathon, cycling, swimming, that needs a lot of energy, a lot of carbohydrates probably. So it depends on the amount of workload you take in. And you just spoke about the generally how the general people should go for the diet. It's very important. Mostly there are parents. Some they say they are homemakers, they never indulge in any physical work. So how do they go for diet? Again, the diet based on, they know that. So very beautifully told that we listen to your body. How the body demands, accordingly we should go there. But overeating should be stopped. And over oil.
Adding to it, especially for children, since we have a lot of parents here today, especially for children. Since the schools are off because of the lockdown, because of the corona, so children are sitting at home majorly. So they keep on demanding, a lot of food during the day. We want to eat something, or give us a Coke or something of that sort. So I always say that, in one go, you can never tell your children to leave junk. You have to do some kind of fusion with the children, so that they understand that, the home cooked food is better than, outside food. So the solution has to be created. We cannot just say at one go, I'm going to tell my children tonight, do not eat junk food. They will stop eating. That's not possible. They are children at the end of the day. So I keep on getting messages like these, my children is too much into junk food. They eat a lot of chips, chocolates, and burgers and pizzas. So what to do? What do you suggest? I always say, do not just tell them, do not just try to, put them into a way where you see that overnight the things are going to happen. There's no magic which is going to happen overnight. You have to slowly change them by, giving them food, something related to outside, but home cooked. If your child is, for example, very fond of eating pizza, you can give a home cooked pizza to your child, and try to make it as tasty as, out the way you get it outside. So you have to slowly do that transformation. So for parents, especially, for teenager kids, because I've seen a lot of obesity cases coming in teenager kids. By the time they turn teenage, they are obese. They are not able to do sports because of their obesity. They are not able to play sports. The schools are not selecting them anymore in their teams. So we need to manage our children right now at very initial stages, so that they do not go into the obesity, so that they can play sports. Yes, they have to be put into some kind of sports. They have to be into some kind of physical activities, though we have been locked down. But still, we need to involve them into some kind of physical activities. That's the responsibility of parents, how we're going to manage it. But we have to do it so that we ensure that they are physically active. Dr. Payal, I would really love to hear your views on it, that how we can manage with young children, especially. Dr. Payal, are you there?
Dr. Payal.
Yeah, we have a Dr. Gopa with
Yes.
us also.
Gopal
Yeah,
with us
Dr.
also.
Payal.
Dr. Gopal.
Yes, good
Yeah,
evening,
Dr.
everyone.
Payal. Yeah, hi Mandy, how are you?
I'm absolutely good, sir.
Come on, video
So I
everyone,
just want,
please.
I just wanted to add, a few things here. Like, I am not talking like a sports person, or, I'm just talking as a layman. Like, what we do is, we give our children, whatever they want to eat, what the body demands, isn't it? And what we say in Hindi, हाँ जी, अभी तो ये खा सकते हैं, इनके खाने पीने की उम्र है. Am I right or not? We people say इनकी तो बच्चों के खाने पीने की उम्र है, बाद में कहाँ खाएंगे? So is it right?
No.
I just put a question to everyone. Is it right
No,
to
that
give
is
proper diet, proper food, what these children demand? Is it right?
Manjari, children don't have that kind of sense towards nutrition and food. So it's the
Very right.
who have to, convince and work out the diet plans for our children. So if your child is asking, for example, a chocolate twice a day, if you just because you're doing your work, you tend to say, okay, take it from the fridge. ये हमारी आदत होती है, हम busy, हम बच्चों अरे निकाल लो, हमें मत बोलो, हम काम कर रहे हैं. This is like what happens because we all are busy at home working on our systems. But we have to put the things the other way. How? If your child has taken one chocolate in a day, the other time when your child demands for a chocolate, you have to shift him to something chocolatey, but not exactly chocolate. And what it could be? It could be, Kellogg's Chocos, which is not that bad for the health, for the teeth. So you have to give him another option. That option should be a healthy option, but something similar to what child is demanding. If you're trying to divert your child completely from chocolate to, let's say, fruit, that's not going to work. That's
So
not
you
going to
want to say that we need to go for a substitute.
Absolutely.
isn't it?
Because
And for a substitute.
absolutely, that's a healthier substitute, right? That's a healthier substitute. But if you try to divert your child from chocolate to say Mossambi, that's not going to work. Your child is
Yeah, well,
definitely going
that's
to throw tantrums. Ki nahi, nahi, mujhe to chocolate hi
Yeah, yeah. Here I would like to add a few things, and Manjris ma'am, beautiful question there. Why we say like that, why do you give more food to the child, young children? We think that they are into a lot of physical activities. So that's the reason why we think that, okay, we can feed them with more of energy food. But it's not happening actually. That gone are the days you were asked them to play everywhere. But now the modern days kids, what they're doing, as Madam rightly put it, Kanika ma'am, they're confined to the room and confined to the TV. Look at the physical activities gone. So they are eat a lot and they gain a lot of weight. That's why I kept on telling that energy expenditure is equal to energy intake. So whatever they are burning out the calories, that much intake should be taken. But only thing, as Kanikam rightly put it, they want taste. Of course, you may have the same calories in different, but they go for junk food rather. The children are children. So they like ice creams or chocolates. They have a lot of calories, in fact. There's no doubt about it. But they will lose it at the end of the day. So what you do, as you told, after you told that, you have to go for a substitute food. You have to educate them properly. But it's not that easy, Tough task to convince this, what you call the children. They won't listen to you. But you have to make them to understand. As Madam again repeatedly is saying that it's not easy for us to give a chart to the kids and ask them to follow. Probably the matured guy, we know that, okay, we are into sports. We have to go for this much of protein, probably 2 grams per kg body weight. So we have a chart like that. But it's not possible for a sedentary people are, the people does not working for much more than an hour per day. I mean, I'm talking about physical activities. So it's all based on, that's the reason the apt word is come now, the balanced diet. Balanced and healthy diet. But healthy diet, not necessarily always tasty. Sometimes we have to convince our children. That is happening. And you know that Delhi and all, when I visit that, even my children I take to Delhi, they find a lot of items to be eaten there. Bombay. Whereas you cannot find similar items over here. So they exposed to very certain thing that they could go for it. But it contains a lot of calories, might spoil the health too. Probably. That's why we need strict monitorship by the parents in this regard. And over to ma'am again, Kanika ma'am. Any other questions here?
Yeah. So, Dr. Gopa, I would really appreciate your thoughts.
Gopal sir is there?
Yeah.
I cannot see him anywhere.
And
No, sir is not there.
by that time, I'll just add one thing more. Like your diet depends upon the climate.
Absolutely.
Your diet depends upon the climate where you are residing.
Absolutely.
So if we go for the south, we do have a different diet over there. If we go towards north, we do have a different diet. That depends on the climate also.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
We tend to eat dry fruits in winters, and we tend to eat more watery fruits in summers. So it totally depends on the climate we have outside. And that God has also graced that. We tend to get watermelons and muskmelons only in summers and lychees in summers, whereas we get oranges and everything else in winters. So the nature has also blessed us with that kind of diet and nutrition plan.
And Manjari, sorry ma'am, I'll add one more thing. As far as the carbohydrate is concerned, we can increase complex carbohydrates, but decrease dietary fat. Increase dietary fiber and go for adequate intake of protein and decrease salt intake. Salt should not be taken much. People are taking much of salt, leads to hypertension. And increase water intake. This is the mantra, very simple mantra for all the people. Whether you are actively engaged in sports or not, or whether you are any profession, you are not put into physical activity, to following these health tips, I think you'll have a wonderful, beautiful life. I think you can balance it beautifully. I think most of you could see seems to be fitness freaky. Yeah. So how do you have that? Following this diet beautifully. Carbohydrates, I told you can take 70% of the carbohydrate. Yes, when you need, like for example, when you burn it out, people say avoid carbohydrates. There is a myth in South those who got diabetic patients, they're asked to go for chapati, but they forgot to realize both wheat and rice have the same amount of carbohydrate in it. Why the South Indians are asked to go for wheat? Because they do not prefer chapatis. So their intake may be reduced. The taste again. Probably similarly the case with the North Indian probably. For those who got what you call diabetic, they may be asked to go for rice. Since you may not prefer rice, they may not take much of rice. Probably, I don't know how what's true. But
I take both. I love both.
Both, okay. But over here, even me, I'm basically a rice eater. Go to, you know why? I know rice contains a lot of starch. The taste is very important. I mean, as you told very clearly, each region has got the food, the system, the style, but they cannot switch out other type of food. That's a simple health tip is very clear. The increase complex carbohydrates, not one particular, not the starch alone. Go for complex carbohydrates. Take adequate protein, very simple, and avoid dietary fat. Especially people call it the free fatty acids should be avoided. Should be avoided. But dietary fiber, yes, fibrous food is most good. And then the root vegetables and all has contains a lot of fibers in it. So we have to teach our children. We have to go for
just
diet.
Yes. I'm hearing. It's really a great pleasure for me to be invited by Dr. Dev on this particular session. And yes, I heard about Dr. Balachandra. Yes, Dr. Bala and Kanika always. Yes, and Payal. Yeah, it's really great to see this team, and the discussion is very interesting. And yeah, so if I come into this, my part is not into nutrition, but that yes, I have few tips in relation to children. What I can say is prevention of injuries. So this plays a role in what you have, in what you take. And example, whatever our experts have talked about is really it makes sense because if I say Bala was discussing about the ATP, so adenosine triphosphate. So the thing is, if you think that you're all muscle groups, your muscles are working, your day-to-day muscles are working in activities of daily living. Everyone, even if it is adults or children, children are more into activities. But if you say adults in this period of time, you can see that they're idle, much more sedentary. Yeah, they're doing something for just to keep their body moving. So the engine is not fully going on, but still halfway. So when we say the muscles, every muscle, the fascia, the covering gets tight. Okay, so if it gets tight, this is because of the collagen which is inside, and this particular place is where ATP plays a role. And ATP is deficient. Where the deficiency of ATP is there, that calcium also gets reduced. So the calcium amount of calcium ions inside would get reduced, and that's where you get all these cramps. You get all this lactic acid gets compensate on it and all that. So always work on your muscle group. So when you work, again, as Kanika told, don't stop from yourself starving. Eat the kind of quantity what you need, and try improving that energy there. The expenditure has to be that. That's what Bala said exactly. The amount of it, the expenditure, the energy expenditure is basically again depends on the energy what is being consumed. So you're keeping something in, again at the same time you need to spend it out. So do your workout, and I think with that workout and the amount of fluid you take, that should be not. And of course, recently I had a session which I did about saying how much amount of fluid you have to take. So again, there is a people are, there is a kind of controversies going on. Is you can drink every time what you need. No, it's not like that. It's basically when you're getting dehydrated, yes, you need to have it, but at the same time, a little quantity of water taking in is okay, but not a full amount of water before any workout. No, it's basically when you get dehydrated and you know that you're going to be dehydrated, or you prior to a day before, you have not slept properly. Sleep is very important. Again, nutrition plays a role. Your sleep has to be very important. That has to be the right time, and then getting up, having your kind of food, take snacks at the right time, have little bites. So these are all really a very important factor played, and this particular part also plays on the injury management. That's all what I can say. But then, yes, whatever they have said, I don't have much more to say, but it's perfect what they have said. And I think everyone follows the same. Thank you.
That's great. That's great. One
Yeah,
thing which
I'm
I
happy with
asked,
that actually.
Yeah.
one thing which I asked to every panelist, right now there is a COVID is a big challenge. It is not a problem, it's a challenge.
Yeah.
So what we all suggest to the entire world, during this time, which kind of diet they have to take. If you advise some tablet, vitamin C or D, whatever your expert can suggest. So this video we can share with the WHO also, so that your message will goes to proper, because as you all said, don't go for the Google, what your body demand, definitely body demand, what is a perfect requirement. So just about some what are the diet will taken if a person is healthy, there's no COVID or no corona to him, number one. And number two, if he is caught by the corona and he able to know, then what he will take the precautions on it.
We need to take care of our immune system. That is really important during this pandemic. So we need to enhance our immune system. Our immune system should be strong.
I think
So
there
that,
is a
you know,
lot
all
of,
the problems will run away.
yeah. No, I think there is a lot of, which is anti-immune supplements which has come in, and people are taking it. Even in fact, even I'm taking now. There's an anti-immune, kind of supplements along with the food which you can take and try to, because your antibodies is very important. Because even if you do your antibody test, you can understand where your antibodies are and how you're going to, get in that situation.
What I
So,
think the people, they are going more towards naturopathy. All natural things, they are taking, like yes, garlic, ginger, and giloy, and all, everything. I mean, all are well aware what needs to be done. Thank you.
So basically, there are two types of people. If I talk about people who are already healthy and people who are already suffering from some kind of, diseases
Yeah.
like autoimmune diseases, like
Ailment.
diabetes, like, cardiac and respiratory infections. So there are two categories of people. The COVID has bifurcated the entire human race into two categories. Even if you talk about, this vaccination, they have been testing on two type of people. One who are healthy and in particular age group, and others who are already suffering from some kind of diseases and they are in some other age group. So diet should always be based on, your health, what kind of diseases you are suffering from. If somebody is already suffering from autoimmune disease, that means his immunity is low, antibodies are killing the immunity itself. So we need to plan a different kind of diet. And what it could be, we need to increase definitely the vitamin C in the body, right? So you need to consume diet which is rich in vitamin C. We need to include the amino acids. If you're not including the family of amino acids in diet, your immunity will not grow. Giloy and tulsi and all those things, these are definitely the naturopathy, as Manjari ma'am very correctly said. And there are a lot of supplements available as well in the market which are supporting all those things. But we have to include and increase certain nutrients and micronutrients based on our health and age group. If I talk about an 80-year-old woman, she is already having a very low immunity. A person who is suffering from diabetes, who's suffering from, maybe thyroid, maybe autoimmune diseases, they have very low immunity. So the kind of, increase in their nutrients and micronutrients is going to be very different from a person who is leading a healthy life. A person who is leading a healthy life might just increase a substantial in the nutrients and micronutrients would help. But person who is suffering from diseases, they need to do a great shift in their nutrients and micronutrients to build on their immunity. And person who has gone through COVID-19 and need to rebuild on their systems, which is going to be a stronger system because antibodies has already started forming in their bodies after COVID-19. So to gain that energy back, they need to go on high protein diet, but they have to plan it that how they're going to increase. Immediately, you just cannot go on beans and non-vegetarian food. You have to slowly increase in your proteins. so that it gives you energy back. It helps you to build your muscles back. So it has been bifurcated in different ways. So it is very important again to understand that whom we are consulting. As you know, Dev sir also put emphasis on the fact that what we are following through Google would not help us, all of us. It might help few of us, but not all of us. So just understand yourself first, just do a complete analysis of your body and then plan your diet.
Yeah, and I think Dr. Gopal was there, no? The physio. Was it Dr. Gopal? Just someone who.
Yes, yes, please, please. I'm here.
Yeah. Sir rightly told about sports injury. Yeah, and the cramp, and if you are not stay hydrated, I think it's not a problem. Sports injury. I think people they are not carrying, but it needs proper warm up under. Am I correct? Not in the nutrition. Proper warm up should be done to avoid cramps.
I'm not able to hear. It's there's some.
Hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Can you hear me now? Yeah. Yeah. You are talking about ATP. Yeah. ATP. Am I correct, sir? ATP. Adenosine triphosphate. Yeah. So gone. Yes. Yeah, can you hear me, sir? Yeah.
Yes,
you're talking about ATP.
Yes. Please go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're talking about ATP.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah.
Proper warm-up.
Yes.
That's true. But in avoid the sports injury, we need to go for proper warm-up. Am I correct? We have to keep your body always hydrated. I think that is one of the important mantra for sports nutrition.
Yes.
Am I correct? Stay hydrated.
Exactly. In this period of time, COVID, yes, everyone a prolonged break. You're at home, so you need to work on. Children's, yes, give them a lot of activities, task-oriented activities. Let them be on their, on the task-oriented activities. And as adults, yes, we need to work on the muscle groups. We need to work on each muscle groups every day. So that will be a prior. It's basically you're prepared for what you are next after that. So you need to work on. Yes, warm-ups are very important here.
I think, yeah. And sir should say something. Devendra Arora, sir, need to ask something. And other can also throw some questions. And we have a physio there, Dr. Physio there. Sir can explain beautifully, explain about sports injury and everything. How that sports injury is vital for avoid all the sports injuries. I know once you get into sports injury, it's very hard to rectify it. Am I correct, sir? You cannot come back to normalcy.
Dr. Shalini, would you like to share some views? Pakhi Ahuja, anyone else? Dr. Bala, you can invite somebody from your school.
Yeah, there are many, but they should come in, no? Sridevi,
yeah. Dr. Shalini.
Yeah, many questions.
Dr. Shalini.
We have an excellent physio here. I could see you what to see.
No power in my house due to rain. I'm sitting in dark with candlelight.
Yes,
okay.
Yes. Ask a question,
so you can come without video, Shalini.
Yeah.
Say something. You are writing very good things.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Welcome.
Yes, sir. Very good evening, sir. We are representing
public school, sir.
Yes. Welcome, Sridevi.
Yes, sir. Actually, the session is very useful. As a mother, I feel much more useful than as a parent because I'm not a sports personality. But how these can be implemented for our kids, it's really very useful. And the tips given by our honorable senior principal, sir, and Kanika ma'am, and every celebrity you have shared your views. But the thing, what I feel is, especially when it comes to sports, calcium is very important, isn't it? But I feel, personally, I feel my daughter, she has milk allergy. So when we think of calcium, immediately everything what comes in our mind is milk related products. So such calcium.
Lactic acid, some problem is there.
What substitute can be given instead of milk products? Because calcium is much more in milk, isn't it? What's the substitute for milk? Can any please suggest your views, please?
So, if your daughter is allergic to milk and milk products, there are many vegetables which has a lot of calcium content.
Calcium. Yeah.
Talk about, I don't know what you say in South, but in North we say it's sitaphal. So you can add on to sitaphal to the diet, which is calcium. So you can add that. Plus, as correctly said by Manjari ma'am, there are soy milk, there are almond available. They do not cheese. You can do into the diet of a child so that the child should not be having a deficiency of milk. Soy milk, almond milk, vegetables like sitaphal, and there are other vegetables also. There are group of vegetables which you can add. Yeah, sitaphal is custard. You can add all things into the diet so that the child should not be deficient of milk, calcium.
Yeah, we have a young champion with us, Paki Ahuja. She is a very good player, national level player. Just she complete her 12th class, took admission physical education program. And if talk about the milk, then I think this lovely girl can share her views. You love milk, Paki?
Yes, first of all, good evening, everyone.
Yeah.
It was a wonderful session, sir. And I would just like to say that feel uncomfortable, like they don't enjoy milk. They are like, ki, hum nahi piyenge. And we need to encourage children because milk is very important for our fitness and so in fact like in my age, teenage life, children must need milk. For example, they can take in the form of shake, or we need to encourage children so that they drink more milk. Like we can give them in form of substitutes, like mango shake or any other shake. Like children mostly like fruits, and that's it.
Here I'll add, I don't know whether I'm right or not. This fox nut has got a lot of calcium content.
It contains.
Makhana.
Yeah.
Full
It has.
makhana.
Yes, it has.
That's good. That's good.
And, yeah. And
So,
the
Paki,
mango-
just
give us
came
some
in my
solution
mind.
to all of us.
yes. He was talking
Paki.
about sitaphal. Sitaphal, Tamil we call sitapalam, same thing. There's no.
Sitaphalam, okay.
Yeah,
That's
sitaphal,
good.
nothing. Your
That's
custard
right.
apple, okay, good. And the milk is a complete food. What he
So,
says is
can
correct.
it say the kaddu?
Kattu. What is it? Kattu? I think I have to call.
And moreover,
It's gourd. No, gourd is not that. Sitaphal. Sitaphal is different.
Yeah,
okay,
the custard
that's
apple,
good.
yeah, it's different. Custard is different, yeah. And she rightly told, Bhagya Ahuja, she told, milk, that thing, you cannot substitute milk. Milk is a complete food. But you can take in some other form, probably mango shake or whatever you like. Provided if you're not a diabetic, yes, you can go for it. Yeah. Kaddu is what I know. Oh, yeah, I understand. Pumpkin, no? Pumpkin is called
Thank
kaddu.
you. Thank you, sir. Thank you for all your.
Ash pumpkin called kaddu. I'm not wrong.
And one more thing, I added my views from my family. There's a Oreo biscuit comes, dark fantasy biscuits comes.
Yeah.
It's full of the chocolate and orange flavor. Then in a milk, they shake in a mixie and take it. Oreo shake. Mango shake, banana shake, this biscuit, Oreo shake. So this our experiment is doing by my daughter. And truly she's enjoying. And we also
Sir, is it
enjoy.
right about the fox nut?
Yes.
Because it has got high
Fox nut,
calcium
yes,
content.
Yeah, yes.
जो
yes,
हम बोलते हैं फूल मखाने
That's
fox
full makhane.
You know, I think I noticed it.
I think that. I will
And
send you a
Kanika-
photo, Dr. Bala.
Yeah. You sent it, sir,
That's
send it.
very, very good for all of us.
Yeah,
Makhane
Kanika ma'am,
is the
Kanika
shape
ma'am
of
was
that
talking
your.
about, and I like that few things. See that, and not the people from North, they love sweets. I think they take the quantity of sweets much more than the South Indians. But I don't know. Here I find out I'm not that fond of sweets, but of course I am a diabetic. So I love sweets, but I cannot take sweets. But how do they balance that sweets? I don't understand. I mean, whether they go for any substitute food or not, I don't understand that. How could they manage it? I'm really what do you call myth for me. It's mesmerizing for me. So they add sweets, everything, lunch, dinner, and even the breakfast also. Without sweets, they cannot have it. No, I think as Dr. should say on it, how could they manage that?
Yeah, definitely. And we can able to see that Kanika with her daughter.
Oh, really?
And might be her daughter can share her views, what she like, because she gave a very original and pure views. She gave us a honest views. Kanika can, your daughter can share her views if possible. What she like? She love milk. Is she love milk?
She definitely, sometimes after having a bowl of cornflakes, then she comes back and asks me, "Mama, मुझे अब ना glass वाला दूध चाहिए." So I said, like, glass वाला दूध. So you already had a bowl of cornflakes with milk, but sometimes she comes back to me and say, "मुझे glass वाला दूध दो, मुझे दोबारा से milk पीना है." So sometimes I feel we need to give some space to children, and they come back to us. Previously, she never used to take milk. I used to be after her life. कि दूध पी लो बच्चे, नहीं पीना है, no, नहीं पीना. And now, as she's growing up, my little one, she herself has started coming back to me. I want to have a non-vegetarian food. I want to have milk. So instead of forcing your child, sometimes we need to give them some space. They themselves will come back to us. Allergy is something different, which is being, we are born with. So we cannot force a child on allergic parts. But in case if your child is too stubborn to eat certain food, don't push your child too much to consume that food at that point of time. Maybe they are not consuming at that point of time.
Dr. Bala, you can see.
What is that actually?
This is foxnut.
This is foxnut.
Fox nuts. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great.
So you can eat a kheer of this also.
Yes.
Manjari?
Sure.
You send it by courier.
It is useful than when you have only one set of teeth. You can use with your wife. Half set of teeth can able to eat it.
Nice talking to everyone. And makhana. Oh, makhana.
Yeah, it's a makhana.
Makhana.
Yeah. And Triple S told us Sitafal is equal to custard apple. Soya
Sir,
milk.
it's Nari Nattu. In South India, Nari Nattu. This
Wow, what a
fox
research.
nut.
I think it's wow, Nari Nattu. Locally called makhana, however very expensive. Just give an answer to Triple S. It is not too much expensive. Yeah, Manjari?
Yeah, it's not too much expensive.
It's
not
just
at all.
you can a single person can take a diet of 1 month in milk.
So,
Just shake in a mixie everything and then you can take it. Only 100 rupees monthly.
You can roast also. You can roast it also.
You can, yes.
so any
So
fine
more than
views from
1,000
everyone's
rupees a
side, we can
kilo,
wind
it's
up.
a 100 gram is sufficient if it is 1,000 rupees kilo.
Yeah, it's 110 rupees, 100 grams, I think. Something of
that's it.
that sort.
Yeah, it's okay.
110
It's a 1 month, I
rupees.
think sufficient. Put up the four or five pieces in a 1 glass of milk, it's sufficient.
That's sufficient.
In Bihar, it's have a very good, I think, product there in Bihar. So if you come over here in North India, then you can pack one bag with you. Just a 5 kg, this Nari Nattu is sufficient for your whole month. Everyone can take it. So it's a fantastic for, then good to see you, Gopal Kumar, and well contribution of Dr. Manjari. In next Saturday, we will meet
Thank you.
Mantra of Manjari. I think I shown you one poster of it. Then we'll love to hear you, Manjari, with your big personality that like
Definitely,
me.
sir.
Yeah. See, what we have to introduce to the world. Yes, we have an energy, we have a guts to change the thinking of world, which is very important. Now we able to change the thinking of parent. Now they love sports. They force to the school teachers, just play them, let them play them. Even the nana, nani, dada, dadi, and even the mother herself, they told, hey man, go out and play with your boys. Earlier, we've always rushed to go to the grounds, but nowadays we also push to the and we take back mobile video games from them. And I love to see the videos of very pretty kids of Dr. Gopal. Dr. Gopal will share so many videos. They dance together, runs together, and they're enjoying the life. Just this is a true childhood and they should enjoy it. So wonderful
Thank you,
session
thank you.
with all of us. Thank you so much. And our next session tomorrow, I am with the Armenian speakers. You're able to see here. Alkasanyan Christina, then Mr. Haq Mardian. Then I will deliver this topic on sports management related, then managing through crisis. It is truly pandemic. It's a challenge for entire world. And together we can fight with this nano virus. Definitely we have a turmeric, we have a giloy, we have a ginger, then everything I will share there in Armenia so that they can enjoy our experience also. And I told them, told Haldi, they will speak Haldi. Yeah, Tulsi, Gloe.
Tulsi, clove, giloy.
Globes,
N
yeah.
number of things are there.
And you see, tomorrow I collect the entire things to show them on camera also. So long elaichi, badi elaichi.
Like me,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah. This is very important. So this is a thing. Tomorrow we will hear, and Saturday we will be with the Manjari mantra of Manjari International Employability in Sports. So together we can make a big pathway of success for the sports person, sports curator, which we all are doing. What we are a sports curator. I met with Pulela Gopichand, and he talked in a Vigyan Bhavan. Yes, doctor, you're doing a very fantastic work because we are a coach. Just we focus on the players only, but you are focused on the making the surroundings of the players. So we all are making the surroundings of the player. We all are working for the coming generation. And once we give them a ray of light, then definitely they will dedicate it themselves in their work. So have a nice evening, everyone. Enjoy. So lovely evening. It's a truly good webinar for all of us. And next session, again, then we'll enjoy this. Thank you very much. Anyone
Thank you
goes
so much,
for
sir.
the closing remark?
Thank you, thank you,
Kanika, yeah, thank you very much. Kanika,
Thank
give
you
a
so
closing
much for
remark,
your
please.
and
thank you.
learned a lot again. I must say that it's a learning process for us as well. I never say that we have delivered anything. We have always learned from everyone on the panel. Thank you so very much.
Thank
So we
you.
have shared, not delivered,
Yeah.
we have shared everything.
Share, wonderful, wonderful words. Yes, care and share. Care and
Yeah,
share.
sharing and caring.
Yeah,
We
very
share,
nice.
we care, that is why we share.
Definitely. Right.
Okay, thank you so much.
On
Good luck.
Saturday,
Good luck.
it's been pleasure to hear you on Saturday.
Yeah,
Thank
definitely.
you
Yeah,
so much.
Manjari.
Same here.
Take care, guys.
So
Thank
Good
nice.
you.
evening.
Thank
Stay
you.
safe.
Take care.
Okay, bye. Bye.
Bye, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Bye bye, sir. Bye bye.
Bye. We had a very good, wonderful session. Very interactive.
Yeah, thank you so
Happy.
much.
Thank you so much.